Hey everybody. If everyone would raise their hand if you would like to be on camera, just the normal stuff. If you guys have been a part of this before, you know how it goes. I will promote you to panelists. You will be able to use your camera and your microphone and just make things a little easier. And if you don't want to raise your hand, that's also okay. You can watch, just know that you will not be on camera. And if you would like to, you need to raise your hand. Sorry, I don't mean to sound pushy with that, but sometimes people don't understand the hand raising thing, so I just want to reiterate. And welcome, Coach Jen. Jen, can you hear us okay? Oh, where did Jen go?
She's disappeared.
Oh, she said her audio is messed up. She's going to leave and come back. Cool. And I see Emily and Ben, just so you guys know. Oh, Emily, you're in. Cool. Okay, great. I saw Ben denied the panelist thing, so Ben, nope, you're there too. Great. I don't have to do anything. Never mind. I just saw a couple notifications, but you guys are good.
There we go. I got to tell you guys, I am so jet lagged. You are in for a meeting today. And I signed on, and everybody sounded like a robot that was going, me, like it was a very high pitched R2D2. And I was like, am I okay? How are you guys?
Good.
Good morning, good day. Perfect. Emmanuel, I double wrote you. I hope you got my messages in the app. Oh,
Yes.
balloons. Good. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Emily got here. Wonderful. It's great to see everybody. How's everyone's week going? You
Good.
can just unmute yourself. Chat a second,
Good.
guys. Yeah, might as well.
Am I unmuted? I'm not
You're
sure.
unmuted. Yeah.
Hi, Ben.
Yes, go
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I want
Must be
Ben
mock my
to start us out with
Emily.
a.
Hi, Emily.
I think we should let Ben start us off with like a motivational read. What do you think?
Absolutely.
With that accent?
Yes.
Oh wow. Had I known this, I would have prepared something other than "you can do it. I believe in you because I can do it. Therefore, you can as well."
I already
Simple.
feel motivated. Oh, this has been a great meeting. Oh
Love it.
gosh, thanks, Ben.
Perfect.
Thanks. Good.
And thank you for waking up at an ungodly hour so I can join.
Oh, I was gonna say it's later for you, huh? What?
It's 4 o'clock in the
4 o'clock.
afternoon for me.
Oh, this is fun. This isn't ungodly. This is
It's
perfect.
lovely.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
Jennifer, hi. Good to see you, girl. Woo. Oh,
Nice seeing you.
I love seeing you guys. Thanks for joining. I have lots of fun stuff to cover today, but as always, I like to just start to hear everyone's feeling, how everyone's doing. I brought the Swiffer again. There's like kind of a fun joke going on in the app, and people are like, I put it in my article, and everyone's like, "What do you mean Swiffer?" I go, "You have to come to understand the Swiffer." And if this is your first Swiffer meeting, then congratulations, you will get to see it in action today. But I do these calls from my home. So the Swiffer acts as my barbell, and we have a lot of laughs with it, but it's actually quite an effective teaching tool. So I want to kind of hit like an order of an events for us. I'd like to start with the questions that were submitted in the actual article thread. There's a lot of you on this call that have those questions, which is kind of why I like to do that. Go through that specifically, and I've got probably 10. And then if there's anything that comes up for you guys while you're listening, then you can raise your hand. There's a little button on the bottom of your screen that you click, and it goes like, I have a question. It's a nice way to like let me know that you need me. Or there's a chat over here. I'm going to say hi. And that's another way if you just want to kind of type in something to let me know, like, oh, I had another question regarding that topic. And Noah helps me kind of monitor that and stay on top of it that way.
Yep.
Then I'll go to the form check videos. And if any of you had trouble submitting them, sorry, times a million. We don't know what happened with Google Drive. It just boycotted. So Noah thought on his feet, got the Dropbox going. It won't be an ongoing thing, but just so you know, as a team of coaches, what we'd like to do to disband any future confusion is have one Google Drive link that you will only always submit your form checks to. And so, whether it's myself or Nick coaching, we'll hit the videos in the Zoom, and then we'll remove the ones that have been done. And then you guys can keep dumping into the same link. So we can avoid this in the future. So it's a lot easier. And then you can just save that one link in your notes section for all time. Okay. All right. Amazing. I am going to jump into the questions. Unless anybody had any other moments. Sandra, you're late, but you're welcome to be here. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Oh gosh. It's I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that that I know your name, but here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with something that's actually a little more high level. Marianne wrote in, for the abdominal exercises, are we supposed to add ankle weights to keep near the rep goal? For instance, my reverse crunches say goal of 12, I'm doing 20.
Same.
Core is tricky. I think a lot of times we're using the wrong muscles or supplemental muscles in the ab exercises, AKA your hip flexors, the tops of your quads, and especially in a reverse crunch. Does everybody know what that is, or do I need to do an example? We all know what it is. I get thumbs up. I'm not going to get on the floor. Often we're using momentum and other ancillary supportive muscles to kind of bring you up. I want to express that this programming is all written out for a reason. So if the prescription is 12, do 12. And when it comes to ab movements, unless it says on the app to add weight, you don't need to. 12 is enough. But if it feels too easy, I would recommend you thinking about the way you're recruiting your core muscles, especially in those reverse crunches, lifting your hips slowly, lowering slowly, taking out momentum, and really connecting just not inward, but from the sides. You really want to have like a circumferential, which means a circular 360 crunch on your abs here as you're going up and down. So stick to the rep scheme with abs. That's always the way I would say it. The geniuses behind this programming know what they're doing, and I would keep it as is. Peggy, you asked me to talk about this a month and a half ago. So I'm sorry I keep forgetting. Thank you for writing me again. Here we go. When Peggy was in for the Iron Ticket Day, I watched her lifting weights, and it was specifically, I think it was the reverse fly.
Yeah.
Wasn't it this one when you're pushing backwards?
Yeah.
So there's a machine that we were doing with Arnold. You guys have probably seen it in the videos. And she was doing this, right? Moving the weights back. But what Peggy was doing, her shoulders were in and up, her arms were bent, and she was kind of moving like this.
Yeah. Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, we want to take up more space, right? Length in your muscle bellies create access to more of the tissue. And I always, as another visual representation, do we want to walk around like this? Or do we want to walk around open, that proud posture, that balanced, front to back, side to side, kind of muscular balance? And what I started to teach her is this is not lockout. This is not deactivating muscle, but actually creating a length and a healthy tension throughout as you move through these systems. Now, it was really obvious during something where her arms are extended. So if you guys are doing flies or rear delts or even anything kind of overhead here, lateral raises, you're going to see it more in your body, but you're going to feel, I want you to identify this feeling of length and taking up more space while you move while maintaining tension. So for me personally, my elbows hyperextend quite a bit. I've done it gymnastics for years. So I'm not asking for this, but I'm asking for this micro bend in some of this longer movements. It's very Pilates inspired. You want to think, can I reach out while still creating this tension within? Is that deep enough, Peggy? Is that kind of what you're feeling? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jen.
Yeah. Because I think it was this idea too, and this is a little woo, but we're already there. You want to take up space on this planet. You're important, right? You have this opportunity. You're already doing the reps and the work. Take up space, get stronger, connect with your body fully, not passively, not just to get it done. And like I said, vanity always plays. I don't want you guys walking around like this. I want you walking around bigger, broader, open. Cool? Cool. Okay, that was my motivational speech, Ben. So now we're even, okay? Take up space. Okay. I love this question because a lot of you have approached me with different things that you want to put into your workouts that are outside what's prescribed. And in this case, Mary said, I would like to know the best way to incorporate loaded carries, kettlebell swings, sandbag throws into my overall plan. My son and I used to do these every Saturday morning, but AI Arnold has suggested not to do them on rest days. So she's saying, well, when am I allowed to do them? This is so great because I know others of you have asked me about jump training, sprint training, and other elements. So again, look at the programming always as it's prescribed. There's a warm-up, we have training. That is priority. So that should always be first, okay? And then, and a lot of that is because we want optimal energy going towards that kind of work, especially as you guys are getting stronger, especially as you're getting more, building more range of motion with heavier weights. We want optimal high level energy and focus, by the way, not just physical energy, but mental energy going to the meat of the work. But then you can put that supplemental sandbag carries, lift, what'd she say? Throws, the carries at the end. I always call it, I like a little dessert, low calorie dessert at the end. Put it at the end. You can, and this is really fun kind of strength training where it's like more bonus work. It'll get your heart rate up. You can work those reps when you're not compromising the energy that should be focused on for the core workout. Does that make sense? Okay, so make it dessert. Frederick, you threw your hand up during that, so why don't you go ahead?
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Jennifer. And this is Alana, my youngest daughter. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. I know I'm not supposed to do that with Arnold.
We
and
love
I know
this. Are you kidding?
but
Bornstein's probably holding his baby right now as he's doing stuff. Come on.
yeah, because I've been asking him and Ketch about this, and they, I mean, I don't know, in the app, they're very focused. They're only doing one thing at a time. But anyway, my question is a little bit with what you were talking about, the emotion and what Peggy was asking.
Yeah.
But I learned this from Peggy actually, so thank you as well. For example, if I'm doing a plank and I'm like squeezing, really squeezing, I read the article also. Let's say I'm doing it for a minute. Does that mean I'm not breathing for a minute? Because I'm like holding, like, squeezing every single muscle, or
again, this is high level stuff, but it's like the stuff I enjoy the most. So
okay,
listen, reps are reps. Get them in. When it comes to planking,
yes,
you have to breathe. I want you can never own a position that you can't breathe in. Obviously, we understand bracing and heavy lifting, but when it comes to planking, and I'm going to get down and show you, because I want you to focus on, it's hard to plank, and when you're tense here, and to like, how do I breathe? How do I belly breathe? Right?
Yeah.
If I'm here, and you're supposed to be tight. Here's the way I set up my plank. I start kind of like tummy time, like a baby. Okay, my elbows are on the ground. I think about energetically dragging my elbows this way because it's going to start to suture in my top abs. So I suture in the top. I come in, and I literally kind of roll up from elbows to toes. Now, I'm thinking elbows in, but my head is reaching away and my heels are reaching away. So that's that length we are talking about. I want end-to-end length and tension. And then getting to your question, So I exhale, come up, I reach length, I squeeze my buns. You can see me fully tense, right? Now you're like, well, what am I supposed to do for 60 seconds? So where does the air go? And the answer is to your lungs back here. Of all people, it was George St. Pierre that taught me this 15 years ago on a fitness commercial when I was fitness modeling. And he said when he fights, the air goes to his lungs down here. And if you watch, I'm going to pull up. Look at me. I'm going to do 3 breaths. Look at my lungs go up behind me. Do you see it?
That's insane. Yeah.
Right.
That's
And what most
amazing.
people don't know, we think lungs are here and here.
Yeah.
That actually the most dense part of our lungs are, sorry, I'm getting off the floor, are here and here. And so play with it. Like you can even, everybody sit, put your hands like here, like you've had a long day. And breathe into your back and feel them fill up your fingers.
I'll be down.
And you'll get a deeper breath, Frederick, if you breathe into your nose.
That's weird.
So weird.
Wow.
But so helpful. So when we're asking you to create this core connection, you're like, well, what am I supposed to breathe? Because if you're bracing, your muscles aren't expanding and contracting, which we know we need to get bigger, stronger, faster, right?
That's what I thought
So-
too, because when I'm doing chest presses and so on, I'm like, something is wrong here. I'm not breathing for like 15 reps,
Chest
20
press
reps.
is the
It's not
same.
normal.
And we actually have a video of that today, the chest press for me. I'm down. I breathe in. Take a breath at the top. Top. And I'm not releasing my core. I'm breathing back here. That's where the air goes. And it's a deeper breath, and it's going to be a more supportive breath. And you're not going to pass out because you didn't breathe for 15 reps on your bench press.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It helps a lot, and really cool
Yeah.
that George St. Pierre, he taught you that. I
It was
jiu-jitsu.
wild. I was
do
like, who is this
jiu-jitsu, so
hot
it's,
man talking to me? And I didn't follow MMA at the time. And he was just like talking through it. And he's like, in fighting, we have to be ready here. So I have to put the air here. So it just, that one conversation changed me forever. So yeah.
Plus, it takes your focus
Thank
away
you.
from the bottom of the belly in that plank to the top, and will help you lift. That was
Yeah.
my thought. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and here's, when it comes to an isometric hold, if it's a wall sit, if it's a plank, anything like that, every breath you take is an opportunity to deepen that mind to muscle connection that Arnold always talks about and that we talk about. So, right, I'm going to go here. If I'm connecting in my core, I'm trying to think like it. Breathing back here, and you could see me come in. I keep the brace. I breathe. Can I squeeze deeper? So every time you exhale, you're actually deepening the tension and the recruitment of the muscle tissue. Another iron ticket moment, but when we were on that curl machine,
Yeah.
he said, don't just complete, squeeze and flex. So imagine every time you exhale is an opportunity to deepen that double bicep in your abs or in your quads or in your core, stuff like that. So but the breath is the doorway. The breath will be your doorway. And I like it because it gets my mind off of how much time do I have left of this plank, right?
Yeah.
You breathe. You breathe.
Amazing.
Right? Let it guide you. Yeah. Yeah. And
I
that
love
honestly
this.
goes back to the first question on abs with 12. Y'all, if you're connecting, 12 is a lot of abs. I'm like, how am I going to make it if you're really connecting and you're going deeply and maintaining that length? Okay. Listen, this is, you guys know me. I overstuffed the turkey. So these are the questions that we'll deep dive on all of them. Okay, we're done there. Okay, this is a great question. I don't know if Alexander's in here.
Hi. I am here.
Oh, you're here. You were able
Yeah,
to
I
jump
am, yeah.
in. Oh, there
Hi.
you are. Oh, great,
I'm
great,
another
great.
Brit.
Hi. Oh yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
Welcome,
Yeah. You
brother.
said you had a.
It hasn't been.
So, by the way, I can see and love your brain on the way Alex has organized his question. There's a prep, there's a 3 bulleted questions below it, and what he's currently doing. So, thank you. I love the
That's all right.
thoroughness.
My pleasure.
So, his questions are surrounding the body weight good morning. And as a reference, body weight good mornings. Let me just move that. Hands behind the head, feet side by side, body weight good mornings. Okay, it's right here. Now,
That answers part of the question.
did you notice? You said number 1, straight knees, legs with knees locked or knees slightly bent. I love a micro bend in my knees, right? If
Yeah.
you're locked out, 2 things. Look what it does to the shape of my body. Micro bend, locked out. It deactivates my core and my hips. Okay. So
Yeah.
I like a little micro bend to put my pelvis in the right position and my head in the right position. So you want this micro bend because it establishes a healthy tension in your body. It signals to the body, hey, we're about to do something. Okay. Like you never see like a quarterback getting ready to do the play and he's like locked out with his knees. It's like, okay, hut, right? He's ready. Okay. So it's
Yeah,
a
right.
ready position. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably should have used the actual football term. Sorry. If
It's
someone's
all right. I'll
getting
forgive
ready
you.
for a goal kick, okay? Okay. Real football. Okay, number 2, is it worth adding weight to the exercise? Okay. Again, there's so many prescription-based questions today. If it says body weight good morning, then you're supposed to do a body weight good morning and not loaded. Now, there is a time and place for loaded good mornings for a lot of reasons. But if your programming is listed body weight, I want you to think about getting your body switched on. It's being used as a primer. So I'm reaching back, I'm loading, my feet are on, and it's a great way to really get your kind of midsection, which I count like chest to knees, warmed up, switched on for what's coming. I think that was the end of your question. Did I do it?
That was pretty much it. Yeah, I find without weight it's too easy. So I have been loading up with a weighted vest, and I'm not sure if a weighted vest, right.
Where is it in your workout? Beginning, middle, end?
It's generally around the middle of the workout.
Okay. I mean, for me, it doesn't take much to load that exercise. The fact that you're throwing on a body weight vest, I think is totally fine. If it helps, here's the great thing with weight training. If a load helps you feel the position more and feel your muscles more, I'm on board. Do it.
Yeah.
Right? Do I want you putting a loaded barbell with 135? Probably not, because that's not what's prescribed for you. But if the weight vest, which is what, 15 to 30 pounds?
Yeah, 20 kilos.
Yep. So just over 40 pounds. If that's helping you feel the load in your hamstrings and your hips more, you get thumbs up from me.
I just need to bend my knees though, because I have been doing it with my knees locked out because I wasn't really sure, to be honest. You know, the training video is good. Just that point wasn't really covered in the training videos, I don't think. So it was a bit like,
it's so funny.
Slightly bend,
This is a
not bend.
personality thing. I can see by your way you wrote your question. You're a details guy. You're like, but what is my pinky toe supposed to be feeling now? So that's all right. That's the right question. And so I think that what's important with these training videos is you guys see that like it's not overcomplicated. Move, do the reps, be consistent. That is what success is. But you're in my brain would be best friends, right? I love the details. What are my knees doing? What should I have my chin up or down? What should it feel like? So composition wise, when you slightly bend those knees, and there's another question regarding knee position in an RDL, you're going to find that you're going to feel the load on your hamstrings and your hips more immediately, and you'll be able to engage them. So you'll see that difference and love it.
Nice one. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks very
Okay.
much, cheers.
You bet. Let's see. I'm going to come back to this one. Sorry. I screenshot your photos, your questions, I put them on my phone, and then I'd saved photos from Sweden, so I saw a funny photo. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. In Ketch's demo video, he keeps his back completely straight as the dumbbells are lowered to the floor. His back is almost parallel to the floor before he raises up again. When I do it, I can only keep my back completely straight for a part of the exercise, and after I lower to a certain point, my back seems to round. I usually stop and raise back up because I don't want to do anything to hurt my back. What could I do if you were coaching me at the gym? So there's a couple ways to approach this conversation, and I'm going to do them both. I'm going to show you what I want you guys to do, regardless of the weight you have in your hands or where you feel strength or confusion around this exercise. A Romanian deadlift, dumbbells or barbell. Okay. The number one most important action, I'm going to make this a little lower, that you need to anchor this movement with is your hips going backwards. That's number one. It's almost like if I let my hips go, I would fall back. Because what we're trying to signal to the body is to load our glutes and our hamstrings. So movement one is hips back. What I tend to see movement one is chest down. Okay? And so what I need you guys to do is put that slight bend in your knees, just like we talked about with Alex. I'm gripping the ground with all four corners of my feet. Big toe to pinky toe, back of my heel. I've gripped the ground, my hips go back, and I reach the dumbbells forward. This is as far as you need to go. I would not advise anyone going much past their knees because the real power, the real action is hips backwards. And frankly, I can't make my hips go back any further. Anatomically, this is a stopping point, which is cool because it's a nice natural boundary with your anatomy that tells you I'm done. Okay. And you come up. So hips go back as far as they can go. I can't reach anymore. I squeeze, I stand. Now, to Ketch's video, Ketch has really worked on his mobility. I've got great mobility. So now watch the same thing. I do it the right way. My hips go back. My hips go back. I can't go any further because of that. My back is flat. I can go all the way to the ground, guys. I have a flat back. I can go below parallel. It's not really offering me more benefit. So if anybody's getting to here and they're like, to go lower, I've got to round my back. Yeah, it's too far. But anybody, even with great mobility like me, it's too far for us too. So hips go back, push, push, push till your hips can't go any further. You're going to see, by the way, that beautiful triangle that Coach Nick always talks to us about right here. We're loading that top end of the deadlift to come right back up into that powerful position. By the way, these are fives in my hands. I did like 4 reps. My ass is on fire. Okay, that's what you want. So you should be feeling it in your muscles, not in your back. Is that making sense? Awesome. Okay. And play with it. Play with it. If you're an inch higher, inch lower, it's not going to matter. Do what your body needs and you'll be okay. Okay. Oh, I love this from Joe. So, and it's perfect because Sandra's on here, so I might want you to chime in as well, Sandra. I'd really love some help working towards my pull-up. I've been doing eccentrics per Nick and Ketch's advice. However, I notice I've hardly any strength at the last part of the range. And this is, I laughed out loud when she wrote this. She goes, I'm controlled, I'm controlled, I'm controlled, then plonk. I literally dropped down. Is there any way I can target this? How often should I test a pull-up? I haven't tried at the moment because I already know the answer.
It's
so,
a junk as well.
It's adorable. I worked with a client with pull-ups yesterday, and she was like, and so what Joe, yeah, what Joe is saying is the eccentric, guys, is where you kind of jump up. The barbell is here. Oh, wait, guys, we got an opportunity. We got an opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So chin above the bar, She's lowering herself, feeling the tension. And then I'm probably about right here, plonk, right? Drops down. So there's a couple ways I want to come at this with you. Number one, keep doing what you're doing. And you're going to get stronger at this top part, which is going to allow you to have more opportunity to work the bottom part and strength there. So doing what you're doing, by the way, Joe, how long have you been doing it?
Pull-ups have only just come on this last maybe 7 weeks, 8 weeks.
Oh yeah, you got time.
Yeah, use a band.
The fact that you're not using a band, you said?
No, no.
I mean, come on.
Nice.
Can we please celebrate this? That's a big deal. You're already bandless and doing this. And so the last 6 inches, they're gonna come because you're already showing measured progress by not using the band and showing control. By the way, I think you said the word controlled 3 times. You said controlled. That's a lot of control. Okay, that's cool. So I would say keep going with that control all the way to the end, and just it's gonna come. Yeah. Millimeter by centimeter, it's gonna come. The other thing we could play with, if you're interested, is getting that band looped up, right? And I don't know the way you usually do it, but I usually put one foot in, the band is around the arch of my foot, and then I put my other foot in front and I cross it so we don't have any bands in our eyeballs. Make sense?
Yeah, I put mine across the bar.
So you go this way and you stand on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that for you. Carry on doing that. Even better. But what we should do for you is lower your feet. And so you can grab the bar here and you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So essentially, like if we're doing curls, we're not going to work the full length. We're going to work the bottom half of the curl, of the pull-up. And that's a way we can spot treat some strength for you and really getting there. And you really got to think about your lats. And one thing a lot of people miss on pull-ups is core. Don't forget that when your core switch is on, you become one unit. And I see a lot of people with their knees bent or they're kind of loose here and they're kind of arching up this way.
Yeah. Get
your core switched on here and you're going to find that like your overall composite is much more strong in that position. Okay. So
Jen,
Jen,
can I
yeah.
How a lat pull down help with your with learning pull-ups? Are you supposed to do a lat pull down for your body weight before you can start doing pull-ups?
I think the positions are similar, but it's just a completely different sensation because the lat pull down, I mean, let's ready for the play the game. I'm 150 pounds without my knees underneath the harness. It pulls you up, right? So you've got this anchor where your knees are under. Does everybody know what I'm talking about in the lat pull down machines? So now am I just using my upper body or my legs helping me? It changes a little bit, right? But what I do like is that idea that April talked about, like we're in the same position. Now wider grip is gonna give you an opportunity to get into your lats a little bit more of your back muscles here, right? And curl grip is gonna let you go deeper on your pull, which is gonna also help you get into your back more. So both are very valuable. I always say slow down. If you can tempo your lifts, you're going to see wild changes in your body weight stuff. You're just going to. That's why the eccentrics are so great on pull-ups and push-ups. And to me, it's the fastest way to get strong is really being in control of that range of motion from top to bottom. So, and plus I will say, you guys, you can't overlook the grip strength. I mean, like, my girl that does my nails like buzzes down on my calluses. She's like, "Oh my God, Jen!" I'm like, "Listen, I work, you know." So part of it is that adaptation too.
How you dead hang? Should you be able to dead hang?
You know, I was talking to Coach Nick about this when he was in town. He likes to do intervals. He said, so instead of saying, "I'm just going to hang here until I might, you know, I fall down or pass out," do 20 seconds and then drop. on for 20, off for 20, on for 20, off for 20, 5 rounds. Then do maybe you're on for 20, off for 10, on for 20, off for 10. Then on for 30, off for 20, right? So you start to kind of build and do it in interval style. And that's what's going to start to really help establish a greater grip strength over time. Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
Of course. And the other question is, how do you know when to test it? I don't know. Once a week, once a month, whatever you feel like. Like when you start progressing, just give it a shot. Like this is the fun part of these workouts. What can your body do? Well, let's see. Have fun with it. Don't make it judgmental. Don't put pressure on it. But like, I'm just gonna see today. The amount of times I've tried to cook a chicken and it comes out wrong, I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can do it again. I don't know, and like I'm like, I can always order out if this goes bad, so just have fun with it. Okay, explore. Yeah, babe. Frederick, great question. How close should your hands be for chin-ups? The number one mistake I see is this. I see sad kitty on pull-ups. The people are pulling like this. And by the way, when I'm like this, look at how much amazing muscle I'm not using because I'm narrow. So I get a little wider. So this is whether you're going here or here, like under grip, like a chin up position, or overhand, don't get too narrow, right?
Okay.
So I always think about, okay, here's my push press position, right here. That's my pull up position. Same thing. Because I want to use all this muscle down here. I want the big muscle to help versus the small muscle. Cool. Same here. Cool.
How about the chin-ups, Jen? I'm asking because I started to get like elbow pain. I never had that in my life. I had to go to get physiotherapy. And she said it might be that I have a too wide of a chin-up grip, she said.
Well, put your camera down and put your baby down and show me where your hands usually are.
So usually they're like here.
Yeah, go more narrow.
Okay.
Yep, more narrow.
Should be around here.
Yep.
Even more.
So guys, he was like this, and it was kind of putting him at a little bit of an awkward position with kind of maybe some unnecessary tension here. So here, I like chin-ups right in line with my shoulders. Boom.
Okay.
Right here. Right. But again, I mean, if you look at it anatomically, if I just put my hands one hand length out, I'm perfect for overhand. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. We are cruising. Okay, I've got one more question here, and then if any other questions came up in the group, we'll do that next. So just kind of be ready. This was actually really sweet. Do you have any advice on turning a passion for fitness into an actual job or income, or laying the foundation in another career? So, I think that when you find something that you love doing, and this is what you love doing, there's just no other place to go. I came to LA thinking I was going to be famous television star because I'd done American Gladiators, and we were 2 seasons in and the show was canceled. And I was like, I'll be fine. I'm famous now. It's like, I was like 24 and I ran out of money so fast that I like literally asked my father for money. And I was like, I'm not sure what to do. And he gave me $100 and he said, this is what I could get. I'm like, Dad, I was thinking like $5,000. This is LA. And I made it my mission not to spend that $100. And to this day, I have that $100 bill. And what happened is I found myself, to your question, like, here I am, I'm in this career, I'm a television star. Please know that I'm doing quotation fingers. I was really not, I still am not. And I went to a gym because I knew that gyms and that space made me happy. And I actually asked to be the front desk person. I said, I will be a greeter. I love people. That's what I want to do. And I was like secretly like, I'm going to get a free membership to the gym. And very quickly, the owner, who I'm actually having dinner with tonight, his name's Mark Carreri. It was 2009. He said, you should teach the group classes. And I said, oh, no. I'm not a coach that way. I don't know how to do that. And I fell in love with teaching. And by the way, I still thought I'm just going to do this for a little bit and get back on TV. I never thought it would be something that would become my life's work in that way. And I guess, that's a long way to say that, like, that job, like, I had 2 people in class to 4 people in class I remember the day I had 8 people. I was like, I'm almost at a double-digit number. And I started to just love the people, love the changes I saw in people. And I wasn't making very much money, but I just stayed in it. And I remember teaching classes turned into people asking me for help. So then I was training people for free just because I wanted to help. And then I started private training, and that, and now here I am all these years later. And so I think the reality is like, if this is something that you're excited about, if anybody is interested in this kind of work, start to put yourself deeper into that community, reach out to your gyms around you. Can you be a part of that gym in some way? Is that a front desk person? Is that a teaching a group class? Is that private training? Isn't that being just an ambassador that comes through and does consultations once a week for new people that need, instruction on the equipment? There is so much room in the fitness and wellness industry to help people and that really want to do it. And we are desperate for people that do it, that really care. So, Justin, if you are someone that feels passionate about this, then put yourself in the position for doors to open in front of you when you're consistently there. And that's all that happened for me. It's been an accident. Like, the whole way through, I just loved it so much. I just kept going back. So a little bit of a, what's it called? Memory lane, but I hope that gives you a sense of me a little. Yeah, Jen, what's up, girl?
Hey, sorry. So Stephanie and I just joined the pump, and so we're on the foundation, and she's in the Zoom meeting, by the way. So
hi.
I don't think her camera's on, but our question, so we've done reading by Stacy Sims, and we were following a workout plan. And so we read a lot about the importance of doing cardio, like the HIIT workouts and the sit workouts. Sure. How do we do that with the foundation? So we're doing 4 days of lifting, and right. Stephanie and I have been doing cardio on our rest days, but we're really tired. So, like, our bodies are really tired. And so should we be doing it that way?
Yeah, by the way, love it. You guys know, look for these girls, Stephanie and Jennifer. They are a pair of sisters out of Phoenix. They're a lot of fun. You can't miss them. Okay. I would go to the place that I went to regarding the sandbag training, Jen. Add it as a supplement at the end of your workout. That's how I would do it. So do the foundation program. I'm on my last week of foundation myself. Everybody's got to do the foundation, right? Yeah. So, but do the warm up, do the workouts, and at the end, as dessert, as like a finisher, then hit your HIIT sprints. Are you doing 15 to 30 seconds, I'm assuming?
Yeah. And like this morning, we did it with battle ropes.
Great. And what was your time on the battle ropes?
We were doing 30 seconds and then 1.5 minutes rest.
Good. A real full rest. You're fully recovering, right? Before you go again?
Yeah, and we did 8 rounds
Perfect.
of that.
You do it. So do it when you finish the lifting. So then your rest days are protected, and you can use it, because it's not good. Because what that sit training is about is maximum output. So you're already gonna be pre-fatigued from the workout, which is great. So it's going to put you in that level 8, 9, 10, which is where the science tells us we should go. Great. On that put. So that's what I would do. And then on your off days, if you want to walk, if you want to do something chill, fine, get steps in, but then that'll give you that space.
That helps a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, honey.
And
Evan,
at the same, like 5K training, like I do the 5K at the next Arnold, which I don't want to do.
What are you talking about? We don't want to do it, but we're doing it. I said yes.
I know.
Ketchel thinks I'm nuts. I'm like, I'm doing it. Come on.
James Rice will get after me if I don't do it. So I've got to do it. But okay, so then I'm doing the 4-day upper lower split. So just 4 days.
Good.
Yeah, just add it as dessert at the end of the workout.
Dessert. Okay. Do it at the end. Yeah, because what's the 5K training?
Oh, that Couch to 5K app that you can get, and then you can set the number of days that you want, and then you just, it's different. It's walking and then running.
The only element I would add is that depending if it's a lower volume run day, I would put it what I'm doing right before my warm up for my pump workout, because I like starting my workouts a little hotter, a little
on
just
HIIT. Yeah, you put me on HIIT for a little bit. I do like
right.
elliptical.
Yep.
And then I start. Yep.
So if you've got a run that's in that 10-minute range, something like that, pop it is before you warm up for the pump. It's not going to take too much out of you, and I think actually will prime you. And I'm interested to see how your workouts are affected, being a little bit warmer and like cardiovascularly,
Okay.
more blood flow before you go to a lift, and see if you feel stronger. But anything longer, put it at the end, make it dessert.
Okay, that and chocolate. Got it.
Yep, exactly. Evan, I see you have a question. Just go for it, buddy. I see your note here.
Hi. Yeah, well, two short ones. One is regarding concurrent training or training also cardio while doing strength. I've started rowing simply because I have the option and it's fun. And
Great.
in parallel, it seems like my progress on the upper back has stalled. Everything else is doing just fine. I'm training as usual, close to failure. I get protein, everything else works. It's just this particular thing. So I've tried a deload. I've tried switching out exercises in case the standard stuff which was a lat pull down, has gone stale. And I've also had in the past that when I train too heavy or progress too fast, I hit a plateau. So I've tried higher rep ranges. None of that has worked currently. So
I think I'm a little confused by your question. So you're feeling you're failing in your upper back?
No, I'm not. I'm training my upper back. Used to be lat pull downs, and I wasn't. And in parallel, I started rowing on alternating days or different days of the week, and I've hit a plateau in my progress. I'm not progressing anymore. So I've tried deload.
I understand. I understand all of that, but what program are you taking? Because it worries me that you're changing reps and you're deloading and you're changing it all in hopes of.
No, I have my own plan. I'm not using any of on the app specifically.
Okay.
And I just added cardio, specifically rowing, into the mix.
I understand. So rowing is 100% this.
It's mostly leg driven, but yeah.
Right, but I mean, I was a collegiate rower for 3 years, so
yeah.
There's so much passively active, workout. So I think if you've tried everything else but switch out some of the rowing, try it. That's a variable. You might just be feeling more taxed there, and so your body's too fatigued to go for it. So what I would say to you is before your upper body back days, to take out rowing at the very least the day before. Do something else and try that.
Okay. Basically, okay, so it would be something my current idea would be just to structure differently, just have rowing early in the week and then back training late in the week. Just to
that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Try it out. And honestly, like we have to remember our bodies aren't exact clockwork. They're gonna be, especially with everything that sounds like you're doing, not everything advances at the same time. Sometimes I'll have major PRs in my legs and my arms aren't going, and vice versa. So just, kind of trust that your body's doing well. As long as you feel strong and balanced and good and you're doing things that are fun, like I cannot support you enough in the fun element if that feels good, so if it affects your back workouts a little bit and that doesn't really upset you that much,
it does a bit as I don't progress, but I also the rowing is quite intense. So I'm talking something like north of 2 watts per kg body weight for just still being able to sing. So not fully moderate anymore.
Yeah, you're cooking. Yeah, that's legit. So move the rowing up in the week and leave the back later and see if that distance helps you.
Okay. Other quick one I would have is, well, it's going to be a bit provocative, but I'm just going to phrase it that way anyway. Am I out of my mind?
Well, I would need more time with you to give you an honest answer.
Because during your last coaching call, you said if you're not taking creatine, you're out of your mind. And you went on to praise, okay, creatine, I get the point, and I get, yes, there's a sponsorship with Momentous and all that.
I'm not sponsored by Momentous.
No, I mean the app generally through the newsletter, right?
And
I got the impression, because I've looked quite a bit into this, and I got the impression that you were maybe accidentally overselling a bit the benefits of creatine. through that phrase, and because you're taking it all and you want it all, and all that.
Yeah.
And the basic point is, I mean, creatine can be useful, sure, but the effects are, if you look at the research, are small. And most people, I think, would be better served just learn the basics.
Yeah.
And maybe if you have the money and the time.
I'll jump in and quench your concern. So I think at this point you can understand that I speak with a bit of enthusiasm and often sarcasm. So when I said you're out of your mind, I certainly didn't mean that anyone is, you're crazy. Right. I'm so glad you're not. But what I see more in women than men is this. So men tend to make more and store creatine much more easily than women. So for men, creatine is in the food we eat. So if you have a nutrient dense, high, protein diet, we always look for at least 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of your goal body weight. If you're hitting that, you're probably going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. You don't need to supplement. But for women, I really encourage the 3 to 5 gram daily dose, because we are not holding on to it as long. It's a really important amino acid for us and men, but especially women, to maintain our muscle mass. And then there's also a lot of really cool research coming out with cognitive benefits. And I have an 80-year-old father. I see the differences in him as he's aged, and creatine has been a big factor in helping him stay more mentally sound. So you're certainly not crazy. I hope that clarifies that I'm not selling, but just encouraging, based on what you're feeling in your body, that it could be a really great solution for you.
I just meant it more as in a facetious manner, just to give you an opportunity to clarify.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Listen, you and I would have beers and have a blast together. I can already tell. Wonderful. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions in here. Great. I am going to go into let's see, thanks Noah, my screen share for some form checks, and we'll wrap this sucker up. Okay. Let's see, form checks. Brilliant. All right, Dave, you've been sitting here the whole time listening and smiling at all my stuff. We're going to do your video first. Oh, Ian, are you cool to wait after form checks? I just saw your hand go up. Yeah, okay. Dave, I'm obsessed with your video and your effort. I love the intensity. But 2 things I see right out of the gates. Can you see my arrow on the screen, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't see Dave. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you. So I want to see more tension in your shoulders, pulling back a little bit. Your shoulders, if you look at mine, when you lift, you're going up a little bit, more of a shrug, and I want them to go back. Okay. Gentle trajectory, as you see how your shoulder, and that's part of why you're having a little break. Can I slow this down? Yes. Okay. So you stand, your hips drive up pretty high. So now you're almost doing an RDL from the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. And you leave your shoulders behind. So your hips go up and your shoulders don't move. Okay. See. It's that fulcrum. So what I'd like you to do.
I need to really go lighter on the weights then, if that's the case, I would say.
I would go down to go up. You are so close to magic here. Your raw power is exciting to watch. I love what I'm seeing in here. But if we can groove a pattern where your shoulders stay connected, technically, let's go here really quick. And this is something that actually Coach Nick taught me. Look at the difference of the way up versus the way down. He's like, your body always fixes itself on the way down. So look at the way up, your hips shoot up and you leave your shoulders behind. But on the way down, your form is perfect. Watch it. So you drive, you're up, way down, perfect position. Now you have a little bit of opportunity to strengthen that mid back. I think that if you've got more strength here, you're going to be able to move hips, shoulders at the same time. So I would want you to work some face pulls, right? Really getting into that mid that mid back, and even any dumbbell rows or barbell rows are really going to help strengthen that position. But what's cool is your body, we see it can do it because on the way down, it hits every spot perfectly.
Okay.
But if your hips are going to drive up and you're going to leave your upper body behind, it's going to change that power position. Make sense?
Yeah, that's where I've been having trouble, and it's really taken it out of my lower back now. So I've lightened up.
And look at, go lighter, go even lighter. You're
okay.
Literally, it saved me. It saved catch. We all speak from experience because we've all been excited to chase a bar, and then we had to kind of step back. The other thing I'm looking at too, we can't see your barbell, but see how forward your knees are. Yeah, it's like we want that bar right next to your shins here. So that's gonna like right there. And I think that without your knees being forward, they'll be back a little bit more. It'll load your glutes better, because that's why what's happening is like your knees are forward, and then your hips have to go up to find that load, to find that wedge.
So you're saying my shins need to be vertical at the start?
Yeah, look at you on the way down. Perfect bar path. Like I said, I'll take a little bit more tension in your mid back. Perfect bar path. See how your hands and the barbell is straight up and down, parallel with your shins?
Yeah.
That's what I want. Whereas here, your knees are way forward. Now you're going to have some knee reach over the bar. That's very normal. But this is quite a lot. And your barbell is out here versus right next to your shins. So the way I'm going to show you really quick, I think I need, you know what? I think I'm going to bring you to the ground. There we go, guys. Thanks for being patient. When I have a bar, I walk my shins right up to the bar.
Yeah.
So I'm standing straight up and I'm here. And then I reach down and I wedge in. So you can see your knees are more like this. But I reach straight down, so I'm pulling from an almost vertical shin. You'll see people deadlifting that get like rips on their shins a lot of the time because they keep the bar so close. But I literally step up to the bar, reach straight down, and it's right there for me.
Okay.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm doing, but I guess maybe mobility is keeping me leaning forward or something. Maybe. No,
I mean, look at this. This is great. I think you're just putting effort in some slightly the wrong places. This is amazing.
Okay.
But I would back it off, do it again, submit next week. Nick will be doing next week again, but I think you should do a video submission every single week until we get this ironed out.
Okay. And you guys talk a lot about bracing. Can you elaborate on that a little? I kind of have an idea in my head what it is, but I just want to be sure I'm understanding correctly.
Yep. So what do I have? I have a tape measure, so bear with me. So when I'm not active, right? I've got a 29-inch waist. This is me, right? Normal. When I brace, I push out. And my waist, I pushed out to 31 inches. Okay? So it's this idea, and that's why Nick and a lot of us encourage the weight belt for heavier loads. It's this idea of pushing out, and the belt gives you that feedback and space to, and it's hard to see, it's very minor, but it's an outward push. And I think that Bornstein always uses that analogy of the soda can, right? If the soda can is full, it's stronger. If you kink a side, it's weaker. And so that bracing is this idea of pushing your air and your musculature into that 360-degree circle to create support around your spine as you move and you load. Okay. So that's why if you are like, I'm still not getting it, consider getting a weight belt. That's how I learned. I had to feel it. That's why I had you guys breathe into your hands with your lungs. You've got to think, you have to expand your waist, and it takes time to kind of get the sensation right. And even when I was squatting with Nick last week, he put the belt on, and he was able to fit 2 fingers behind the weight belt. He's like, now I know it's the right size, because then I had that room to expand into.
Okay. Okay,
Cool.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let's do another deadlift. Oh yeah. First of all, props to April for being creative to lift her barbell off the ground. There we go. Okay, really fun. Hold on. Dave, do you see how her shins are on the bar? And see where her knees are? Yeah. And your knees were like partying over here. Okay, they were having an awesome time, but they were just way forward. April, I'm pumped about this improvement from you. I like this way, way more. The only things I'd ask you to do
Drop
is
my head.
straighten,
Yep.
just straighten out that spine there.
Yep.
And I really didn't like how you were turning, looking side to side to make sure you were putting it back down. I was actually
it's a lightweight, Jen. I just did a lightweight. I was really more concentrating on, am I sitting down a little bit better?
Your butt is right where I want it. It is so much better. And by the way, look at your dang hamstrings. This is gorgeous. Look at those muscles coming in, those muscle bellies. Your feet are glued to the ground. I'm obsessed with this. This looks awesome. I would take a little bit more mid-back tension, like I told Dave as well. Okay. A little more here. The other thing, I said this to, I think, Sandra, about there, guys, it's Amazon Prime week of sales. You can get a set of the big round 10-pound plates for like $30, and it's the right size off the ground. So it'll be a little bit higher, and you don't have to worry about these weights anymore, April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I get mine tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, you got them. Good. Yeah, I was super impressed with the change I saw in this, April. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, babe. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're doing a true bench press here. I can't see who submitted it. Oh, Alex. Beautiful. I want to point out that a couple great things. There's consistency and there's full body tension happening, which is great. What I'd like to add, Alex, you need to squeeze your butt, and I would bring your knees in a little bit. Okay, if we have energy moving out, we're not in this composite that's going to be stabilized in. I would just bring your knees in a little bit closer, and I'm going to do that again. And I would squeeze your buns. For everybody, the moment you squeeze your ass, you will turn your abs on. And I don't see Alex's abs on. I see a rib cage fluctuating. I would also point out there is great depth in his bench, but the bench press looks a little high. Does everybody else see that? Now it's hard from this angle. I would rather have his weights more here. You're going to get better exposure to your pec major and minor and that supportive back tissue down here. So Alex looks a little here, which is going to hit more on your shoulder camps and put a little bit unnecessary pressure on those rotator cuffs. Bring it down, get it into the muscle and down in here. That's what I would say. That's the two biggest things. Squeeze your butt, and that will actually help narrow the knees naturally, and bring those weights a few inches lower into your pec power spot. Okay? Almost there, guys. Okay, we did Alex, we did Ben. Okay, hold on. We've done, oh, we just did that one. Sorry, guys.
We did not do Ben.
Oh, not Ben. No. I know. I said I think I've been there before. Hold on. Oh, these were added just last minute. Okay, let's see. Emily doing the pull-up. We dared you to do it. Here we go. Nice shirt.
Emily, look at you. That's so good.
Okay, so Emily, what's your question here? Look like a pull-up to me. I would open your hands a little.
Yeah. I need to raise my hand. Okay.
No, it's okay. You sit at the talk.
Oh, okay.
My question is about the phone check. I just can do one, and I'm so proud of my son, but they can do a lot of pull-ups. My teenager son is weight the same weight as me. Height.
Don't worry about your son. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, but I don't understand why I can just do one. So I was thinking that it's maybe my phone. Maybe it's the thing with the abs.
No,
what you said.
this looks great. I think your abs are on. This does feel like a little narrow. I would love a wider doorway for you guys. Does this expand out a little more? You look a little tight. Hands wider will give you more access to back muscle. Okay. But I don't see any problems with this. I think you're a little close to the ceiling. You're right on that door frame. Yeah. Here's the thing. Don't ask why you could only do one. Be excited that you've already got one, and now we get to build. Okay, so now we get to work up from this. So here's how I would tell you to train. You've got your one pull up, rest, wait 30 seconds. This is dessert, right? This is after your program. Pull up.
It's in my program, the pull-ups.
Oh, good. It is. Okay.
But I'm saying I have to do 8 reps 3 times, but I can't do it.
What I'm saying is a way to train up your pull-up is do 1 rep every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. Okay? 1 and rest. One and rest.
If I go to the gym, there's a bar for the pull-up, but this is lighter. I can do one. I'm not able. I can't do.
Do you need a box to stand on? What do you mean?
Yeah, I need a box.
It's too high? That's okay.
The bar.
Do it.
But if I reach the bar, I can't hire myself. I can pull myself up at the gym, but I can on the door frame. It's strange.
So you're saying you can do the pull-up at home, but not at the gym?
Yeah.
And where do you usually do your workouts?
Here at home.
Okay, so who cares about the gym?
Oh, because when I go to Zumba class, I always try to do 1 pull-up. But
so this is where the eccentric pull-ups are going to help you. So in the workout, when you have 3 sets of 8, this is what I would recommend. I would, just like here. Okay, so instead of doing a strict, I would have you jump up. So use your bar at home, add a jump to get up, and go slow, slow, slow on the way down. Jump up, slow, slow, slow. So now you'll get reps in, so you stay on track with the workout, and we're still working the pull-up. And then you'll find you won't need to jump anymore, and you'll start to get extra pull-ups in. That's what I would say. Because then you're still getting the volume that the workout's requiring, but all you have to do is jump. And so you take out that beginning to get the volume in, but the eccentric pull-ups will get you strong.
Okay. Thank you.
And I think then the next time you go to Zumba and you want to do your pull-up, I don't think it'll be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay. You bet, hun. Oh, gosh. Bodyweight squat for Manuel. I'm pumped. I have no notes. I like this on you. Are you concerned that? Yeah. The only thing I'm going to tell you, look at these cute little toes coming off the ground. Okay. Yeah. You want to connect that big toe to the ground. It's going to keep your legs and your glutes more switched on. So keep your toes connected as your butt goes back. You actually got great spinal support. And the only thing I would say, I like the reach, but if you want an upgrade, prisoner squat. Because how many people have I talked to today about getting stronger in their mid back, right? At least 4 people. So when you bodyweight squat, you're here. This works as an isometric hold for this tissue. Okay. So this is going to get you stronger back here while you're strong in your legs. So I like this. The depth is great. Your pace is great. You're breathing. Put your hands back here and put your toes back on.
Okay. Thank you, Jen.
Okay, you bet, honey. Look at that. I learned to zoom in. Okay, let's see. I've got time. I'll do 1 to 2 more. Let's see. Did I do? Okay. Just the one I clicked on. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Mike, I want your neck tipped down a little bit more. That is a nice lift. Woo! Okay, let's do that again. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Very exciting to watch someone stay in the pocket. Mike did not deviate his form, his back, his mind. Sometimes when you're deadlifting or pressing, you're like, I feel like this is going on 5 minutes. You know, when you're trying to move a barbell. This was great. He stayed in the position. His knees didn't cave. He went completely vertical. And you can see the head is down on the way down. Mike, I would just have, instead of your chin flared up, just slightly tilt your chin down a little bit. This is a nice load. And look at that back tension that I told Dave and April about. If you see right at the beginning, this is a great way to point out a successful, right? Hold on. There's that split second. Look what he does with his shoulders. He goes, whoop. He just wraps them right in. And Coach Nick always talks about bending those pinky fingers into the bar. That's exactly what he did. Okay. Awesome video, Mike. Okay. I promised, where are you, Ian? I promised Ian's question. I'll get us off in 2 minutes. If we didn't get to your form check today, Nick will cover it next week. And here we go. Go ahead, Ian.
Oh, I just wanted to say hi to everyone. I'm stepping out of my work meetings and sneaking into the gym to work out while you guys are talking about it, because he's so pumped.
We love this.
I just wanted to say hi to everyone.
Good man.
Playing hooky.
Shh, don't tell the president.
Yeah. And you've got a competition coming up at the end of this month.
Yep, July 26th. So that's
July 26th.
doing heavy incline dumbbell press today, and then I will maximize your strength program with some stuff for my coach for my specific lifts. So
competition, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you played hooky to come say hi. Ian's got a competition coming up, and I've got one too. So we've been kind of talking in the app, keeping each other accountable. So amazing. I'm glad you stopped out and said hi. We will not tell the president on you. Don't worry.
That's
great.
I really like I like hearing everyone's comments, and it's just really it kind of goes with what Jen said earlier about the LA thing. So I met Arnold in Ohio probably 3-4 years ago, right after I medically retired from law enforcement. And it was the same, that was my identity for 13 years. And when it was gone, it was like, I don't know what to do. And that's when I started getting more dedicated to fitness. I mean, we always lifted at the police department. I told Arnold we had pictures of him and Sylvester Stallone in our police gym. But what they've created is just amazing for mental health and positive attitude. So
thank you, Ian. We love it. We love that you feel it. We love that you all get it. It's the formula is simple. It truly is. And I think that that's what we pride ourselves on, really caring, really knowing what to do, and really doing it together. Yeah, dude, thanks for stopping in. Love it. Love seeing all of your faces. Thanks, honey. Love seeing all your faces. Nick will be doing a meeting next week. I'm almost positive. I don't like speaking for him, but he and I have been committed to alternating and being there for you guys. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all your candidness and for your trust. We love doing this. I will see you in the app. I will see you for the weekend schmooze. And again, if we didn't get to your form check today, just on time, I'll make sure I leave those videos in there for Coach Nick and he'll get to them. Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, thank you,
for your
Jen.
Love.
time.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Thank
Stay
you very
strong.
much.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.